Greetings. I love wedding shows, and so I found a new one called Don't Tell the Bride. And the show is about the groom having to plan the wedding, and the bride is clueless as to what is going on. And show after show after show, the bride completely falls apart because they're wanting to be in control. They're wanting to know what's going on with their wedding, and they don't know, and so they get very frustrated because they're not in control. But at the end of every show, they always say, "This is so much better than I ever expected." Because they didn't think the groom had what it took to implement this wedding. And at the end, they realized that by letting go of control, things turned out so much better than they expected. So many times we do not give people the credit that they deserve for being able to do what God has called them to do. In Matthew chapter 16, verse 18, Jesus tells Peter, "And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not overcome it." And he said this before Peter did the fool. He said this while Peter was still cussing. He said this while Peter still had a temper. He said this way before Peter saw in himself of being a rock in the church. And so many times that's how God does us. He speaks into our lives things that we can't see in ourselves. We need to do that for others as well. Sometimes we don't give people the credit that they deserve because we don't speak into them what they are capable of. But our job as believers is to speak life into others, to build up instead of to tear down. And so I am asking you today, learn how to speak more in others, learn how to expect more in others, learn how to pray more for others, and then take your hands off of it. And trust God to do exactly what he said he would do. He said that he would give us the desires of our heart. And if we believe more for people, then usually they will step up into that expectation with whatever gifts God has given them. Thank you for joining us for this Wednesday Nugget. Make it a great day and make it divine.